can you find for me where nickel is? Nickel, yeah. So you find that nickel is actually a shiny metal like this. It looks silvery, okay? But when they form a compound, you know what happens when it forms a compound? This compound becomes green in color. Huh? This compound becomes green in color. Can you see? Can you see the compound is green in color? In fact, this nickel falls within the periodic table in this section, and this section is known as what kind of metal? Can you remember? Starting with T. Transition metal. Okay? So nickel is a transition metal. So is copper. Copper is also a transition metal, and when it forms a compound, it's blue. So a lot of transition metals, when they form compounds, they have got colored solids. And when you dissolve them in the water, although some of them will not dissolve, like this nickel 2 carbonate is green, it will not dissolve in water, but copper 2 sulfate will dissolve in water, and it gives you a blue solution. This one is green. Huh? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat this. Oh, okay. So I'm going to heat this. Heat this. I'm going to put it higher. And what color is it going to turn into? Try to put it this way. Try to put it this way. Yeah. This heater is not very strong. Okay. What color does it turn into? Dark green? No. Black, yeah. And you know what? Black is a color in chemistry. Huh? White is also a color which you must describe. So the green nickel 2 carbonate has become black, and then now the amount of solid seems to be less, right? Is it less? Huh? It seems to be less, right? Huh? Just now was a lot of green, now it seems to be less. So what I'm going to do is, because this is hot, I cannot put acid in the hole. The hole is hot, huh? And I'm going to pour this inside here. I'm going to pour this inside here. Okay. So I pour it inside here. And let's see what happens when I dissolve this in sulfuric acid. Okay, hold. and then you pump this in inside it. Like that, squish, yeah, squish, yeah. Okay, and then shake. Shake more. Doesn't seem to dissolve right now. But then we're going to heat this. Can you see? There is actually a reaction and the color of the solution turns. What color is that? Green, right? Huh? It turns green. And as I mentioned before, there was a green solid and now it turns green. And this green solution is not nickel 2 carbonate solution, because nickel 2 carbonate is not soluble. This is actually nickel sulfate now. Huh? So nickel sulfate now. So you have got nickel sulfate. And of course it has to take time to react with the acid. Okay. Now, I think we did an experiment before, and we asked you how do you remove the blue color from blue copper sulfate solution. Now, I want to remove the green color from the green nickel sulfate solution. How do I remove this color? You see, the color here is due to nickel Ni 2 plus ions. Okay, nickel 2 plus ion. If it is blue copper 2 sulfate, then it's due to copper 2 plus ions or ion. How do I remove these ions? I can add something and then it can precipitate out the nickel. And when all the nickel is precipitated out, you find that there will be no more nickel ion floating around and the color will disappear. Okay? So now you hold on to this. We are going to precipitate out the nickel ion, and we have to set up something like this. We have to set up something like this. We have to set up something like this. Then we use what do you call this? Filter funnel. That's right. We use the filter funnel, and then we use a filter paper and we put it over the filter funnel. Now we got to precipitate out the nickel by putting in sodium hydroxide, which is NaOH, sodium hydroxide, and we are going to precipitate out the nickel by putting in sodium hydroxide. Okay. Take this and drop in. What do you see? You see precipitate, right? Huh? You see precipitate, so let's put in some more. Let's put in some more. Put in some more. Put in. Yeah. You shake it a while. This is not, well, this is a little bit hot. Okay. We shake it a while. Okay. So you can see the nickel 2 hydroxide is coming out, right? Huh? Nickel 2 hydroxide. So maybe we'll hold on the top portion. Let me put some more. Okay, I think this should be enough. And let's filter this one out. You think the solution will still be green? It looks green, right? Huh? But let's filter this one out and see. Let's filter. Put it in the beaker. Yeah. Bring the beaker back. Okay. Can you see? Now the color of the solution is colorless, almost colorless, which means that the nickel ions are no more here. They are here at the PPT. Can you see the PPT here? Green PPT. Yeah. See, let the camera see the green PPT stuck on the filter paper. So one way to remove the color of the solution is to precipitate out the transition metal hydroxide. And once the transition metal hydroxide has been precipitated out, in this case, the green residue that remains on the filter paper, can you see the green residue? Is actually nickel hydroxide. And nickel hydroxide is not soluble in water, and therefore what goes through is sodium sulfate solution. And sodium sulfate solution is colorless. We don't say this solution as white. We say it as colorless solution. So this is one way of removing the color of a solution. As we go through more chemistry, we will see a lot of colors for compounds and solution. We will learn how to remove or change the color of solution. Huh? And that's what makes chemistry interesting. Okay, like magic. And I think we have seen before in our redox reaction how a purple color can turn colorless. Can you remember that? No, if you can't remember, we will repeat that. Okay, there again you see, now is a colorless solution. Yeah, enough.